Hi everybody, welcome to lecture 8 Intrusion Detection. So in this lecture we are going to discuss the following topics. Who is an intruder? This is the first topic. Then classes of intruders, examples of intrusion, then security intrusion and deduction, intrusion techniques, intrusion detection systems, intrusion detection system principles and requirements, then two types of intrusion detection systems, host based and network based, intrusion detection exchange format, and finally we are going to discuss about the honeypot systems. So these are the topics that we are going to discuss in this particular lecture. Now the first one is intruder. So let me explain in a very simple way. Okay, so who is an intruder? Okay, now this is my network. This is a network, a private network, or you can say a local area network, anything. You can give a different name for this. Now, so this is a person, an unauthorized person from the internet or outside of my network. So he is going to enter into my network without my knowledge, using all the resources available here. So now this particular person, I'm going to call him as an intruder. So intruder means who is going to do unwanted trespass. Okay, unwanted trespass. So trespass means he is going to enter into your systems. Now this intruder could be a user or it could be a piece of software. Okay, anything. So you can see, so user trespass or a software trespass. So if you are going for a software means it will be a malicious software. Okay, as we discussed in lecture number 5. So it could be a piece of virus or a worm or a Trojan horse, so which can enter into your network and it can misuse the resources available here. So this is called software trespass. So if you go for an user trespass means an unauthorized person. Okay, so he is going to be an unauthorized person. So he is going to enter into my network and he is going to acquire, he is going to take the privileges, okay, and he will become an administrator of the system. So this is going to be the user trespass, okay, an unauthorized login. So he is going to acquire all the privileges he is going to acquire. Then he is going to do this actions which is not authorized to him. Okay, so he is going to be the intruder. So what we are understanding from this particular part means who is an intruder and what are the two different types. Okay, that means the user trespass and software trespass. Now further we are classifying the intruders, okay, into three types. So the first one is called the masquerader, second one is a misfacer, and third one is clandestine user. So these are the three different classes of intruders. So if I go for the first one, masquerader, in a very simple way I can tell, masquerader means an unauthorized person who is going to behave like an authorized person. Okay, so masquerader, I think you might have heard about this, okay, wearing the mask. So he is not a good person, but he is going to behave like a good person. Okay, so that is called the masquerader. So mostly the masqueraders will come only from the outside. Okay, the unauthorized people coming from the outside of your network. Then misfacer. So misfacer means a legitimate user, that means an authorized person who makes unauthorized access or misuse the privileges given to him. So particularly the inside people. So the inside users. Okay, so inside users, he is a legitimate user, he is an authorized user, but he is going to do all unauthorized activities he is going to do. That means he is going to misuse the resources available inside the network. So he is called a misfacer. Then the third group of people or third classes of intruders, we can say it is a clandestine user. So this person, he could be from inside or outside. Okay, but these people are very clever and they are very secret. So what is their aim means they will access your machines, okay, and they will become a root. That means they will become an administrator of your system. Okay, you see, seizes the supervisory control. So their aim is, okay, is going to capture, okay, the supervisory control from your particular machine. So this is about the clandestine user. So in this particular slide, so who is an intruder? So there are two types, user and software. And if you're going for the classes, there are 3 different classes available. One is a Masquerader, Misfeaser, and clandestine users. So Masqueraders, the outside people. Misfeaser is the inside user. So clandestine, it can be inside or outside. So this is about all about the intruders. Now, moving on to the next slide. So I'm going for examples of intrusion. So give an example for intrusion. So there are what to say, a very big list is available. Okay, so if you crack somebody's password, that is also going to be an intrusion. If you use somebody's machine in an unauthorized way, it is going to be an intrusion. Okay, you can see there are lot of examples given here. Okay, so let us see one by one. Guessing or cracking the password, this is also going to be a intrusion. Running a packet sniffer, so if you are just doing a passive running a passive packet sniffer, capturing the other's packet, it is going to be an intrusion. Then distributing the pirated software, okay, so not illegal software, so that is also going to be a intrusion. A remote root compromise, okay. Then web servers defacement or attacks. Copying, viewing the sensitive data from the database. This is what we discussed in the previous lecture in the database security. Then using an unsecured modem to access the internet. So this is also an example for intrusion. Impersonating a user to reset the password. So requesting a user to reset a password. So that is also going to be an intrusion. Using an unattended workstation. So somebody logged in a machine in your lab. Somebody already logged in this machine and they left without logging out. You are going to use that particular machine. So that is also an intrusion. So these are all the examples of intrusion. Now I'm moving to the next slide. Security intrusion and detection. So this is going to be the formal definitions we can see. Okay. So what is a security intrusion definition is given here. So what is intrusion detection? Okay. The proper definition is given here. Okay. Now let us see. So what is security intrusion means? It is a security event or a combination of multiple security events. Okay, a single event or a multiple events. Okay, so we can say it is a security incident. Okay, collectively I'm going to say it is a security incident. Okay, in which the intruder is going to gain, okay, or attempt to gain access to the system or the resources. So a intruder is going to enter into your machines or trying to enter. Okay, that is attempt to gain or intruder gains access to your system or the system resource without having authorized to do so. So in an unauthorized way, okay, in an unauthorized way, if he is trying to do that, it is called the security intrusion. This is what we discussed in slide number 1. Now, intrusion detection. This is going to be the next level we are moving. So what is intrusion detection means? We have to find it. Okay, we have to find that somebody entered into your network or your machine. Okay, for example, so this is my network. So this person, an unauthorized person, okay, from inside or outside, okay, anywhere. So he is just entering into my network and using, okay, my network means. So this you have to detect it, you have to find it. So that is going to be the intrusion detection. So now you can see the formal definition. So it is a security service monitoring and analyzing all the events that are going on in a particular network or a system. For what means? For finding in a real time or a near real time. So real time means it will be running continuously. Okay, this particular detection is going to run, or near real time. Then warning of attempts to the system resources. So it is going to give you the warning. So ID, intrusion detection system, it is going to identify what are the intrusions going on here. Then finally it is going to give a warning to you. Okay, so if any unauthorized things going on in your machine or in your network, the IDS, that means intrusion detection system, is going to give the warning to you in a real time. Okay, so this is going to be the intrusion detection. Now I'm moving to the next slide. So the next topic is intrusion techniques. So there are a lot of intrusion techniques available. So in our slides, so only 3 intrusion techniques are given here. So the first one is going to be the hacker or hacking technique. The second one is a criminal enterprise, and third one is going to be the internal threat. So these are the 3 different techniques available. So we are going to discuss about this in the coming slides. Then before that, what is the objective of intrusion? Means we already know that to gain access or to increase the privilege on a system. So a target network or a target system, so we have to gain access and the attacker is going to increase the privilege on the system. So this is the objective. So the objective is very clear. Then the next thing is the steps. The initial step, the first step in any intrusion technique is going to be finding the vulnerabilities. So in the target machine, what is the vulnerability? Okay, so the attacker is going to find the vulnerability. Once the attacker found your vulnerabilities, then he is going to find a backdoor, or he is going to open the backdoor into the system to enter into the system. Then once the attacker enter into the target machine, then the next step is going to be, he is going to gain all the protected information, all the confidential information he is going to gain, he is going to access. So these are the simple things. Okay, let me just recap everything here. So the objective of intrusion is gain access or to increase the privilege on a system. So the attacker is going to gain the access and to increase the privilege on a system in an unauthorized way. Number 1. Then any intrusion technique, the first step is going to be finding the vulnerabilities, the weakness of the target machine. Once if you find the target, then the attacker is going to enter into the machine through the backdoor. This is the next step. Then after entering into the backdoor, the attacker is going to gain or access the protected information, all the confidential information he is going to access. This is the thing. Then there are 3 different techniques available. First technique is called the hacking technique. Second one is a criminal enterprise, and third one is going to be the internal threat. So about this we are going to discuss in the coming slides. Now I'm moving on to the next slide. It is the hackers. So hackers, or we can say hacking technique. So here the hackers is a group of people or the community. So why they are doing, or what is the reason, what is the objective for them, means they are motivated by the thrill of access and the status. So they have to prove themselves that so they have enough knowledge, so they have enough skills, so like that. So this is going to be the motivation of the hacker groups. Now hacking community is very strong, meritocracy, they are very strong, academically, knowledge wise, skills wise, they will be very strong. And then the status is determined by the level of competence. They are going to prove themselves, based on their competence, based on their capability. So this is the hacking community. Now if you go for the hacking patterns of behavior, there are some steps available. So the first step is select the target using IP lookup tools such as NS lookup, or dig and other tools. That means the attacker, that means the hacker or the attacker here, the intruder we can say, is going to select a target machine. Now we'll go for an example. See, this is an intruder and this is going to be a target. So I just write it as intruder. And this person is going to be a target machine. Now so the intruder, or we can say a hacker, is going to select the target. Now I selected a target. For example, I'm going for cas.edu.om. This is my target, just for an example. We are not hackers, we are ethical hackers. So please keep that in your mind always. Just for an example we are doing this. Now so cas.edu.om. So this is my target. For this particular target, I want to find what is the IP address. I want to find what is the IP address of cas.edu.om. Now how can I do this? Means I can find the IP address of any target by using IP lookup tools. There are IP lookup tools available. So example for IP lookup is NS lookup, name server lookup tool. So this will find the IP address from the DNS machine. Then dig. So these are the 2 different tools used for finding the IP address of a target. Now I'm going for a website, which is called Central Okay, centralops.net. Okay, this is the name of the site. Now if you go there, you can find lot of free tools. Okay, free online networking tools. Okay, a very big list is available. So in this I'm going to select, okay, NS lookup. Okay, you can see NS lookup tools for various domain resource records with this version of the classic NS lookup utility. Now I'm going for the NS lookup here. I'm going to write my domain name www.cas.edu.om. Okay, this is the domain name that I want to find the IP address. Then just click OK, go. So it will fetch the IP address. Okay, for you. You can see the IP address 85.154.253.115. So this is the IP address. So the first step is the attacker is going to find the IP address of the target by using any of the IP lookup tools such as NS lookup, okay, or DIG tools. Okay, so we found the IP address. So for example, I'm going to keep the IP address, let it be 10.0.0.1. So this is the IP address of my target machine. Then the next step is map network for accessible services using the tool such as Nmap. Now I'm going to find what are the different services running in this machine, in the target machine. What are the services or what are the port numbers open, okay, or the port numbers which are open in this particular machine. We are going to find it. There are a lot of tools available, okay, port scanning tools. So for example, Nmap. So Nmap is a port scanning tool. So by using any of the port scanning tools, you can find what are the ports running in this particular machine. So this is the second step. Then the third step is finding or identify potentially vulnerable services. Now there are a lot of port numbers open here. Okay, lot of port numbers open here. So in this port number, which is going to be a vulnerable port number. Okay, now I found one port number is a vulnerable port numbers. Okay, so the next step is finding a vulnerable services in this particular target. Now in our slides, we are giving an example, PC Anywhere. So PC Anywhere is a software, okay, which can be used for the remote administration. Okay, it can be used for the remote administration between two machines. Now suppose in this machine, okay, in the target machine, PC Anywhere software is installed. Now this is going to be a vulnerable one. So PC Anywhere, it is a remote administration software, okay, a remote program. So two machines can connect by using PC Anywhere. Okay, here I have PC Anywhere, and here if I have PC Anywhere software means I can communicate. Okay, I can share the data or I can communicate with the machines. So if PC Anywhere is installed in this machine, that is going to be a vulnerable service. So this PC Anywhere, I want to show it to you. Just I want to show the screen of PC Anywhere. You can see. So this is the PC Anywhere software. Okay, so this is the screen of PC Anywhere. So if PC Anywhere, okay, we are taking it as an vulnerable one. Okay, so if PC Anywhere is running available, okay, is running in this machine, it is going to be a vulnerable one. Okay, so the next step is finding the vulnerable, okay, services or vulnerable port numbers. Then the next step, the fourth step is going to be brute force or guess PC Anywhere password. Now from this machine, I'm going to guess, okay, what is the password for this PC Anywhere. Okay, I'm going to be, okay, I'm going to guess. That means the attacker or the intruder or the hacker, you put any name here. So the hacker or the intruder is going to guess the password, okay, for the PC Anywhere. Then the next one is make it, okay, or consider it is success. So by using PC Anywhere, okay, the attacker is entering into the target machine. Okay, so by using the PC Anywhere, he is just enter into this particular machine. So the attacker is going to enter into the target machine by using PC Anywhere because it is a vulnerable service. Then the next step is going to be, once the attacker entered into the target machine, he is going to install the remote administration tools. So in the target machine, he is going to install some tools, which is a remote administration tools. Okay, example for this tool is called Dameware. So Dameware is a remote administration tool. So is going to install a remote administration tool here. I want to show this Dameware to you. Okay, that means the screenshot you can see. So this is going to be the Dameware. Okay, so this is a Dameware screen. So this is a remote administration software. So attacker is going to install the damware in the target machine. So this is the next step. Then next one, okay, wait for the administrator to log in. So once if you install this software, the damware here, so this software is going to wait for the administrator of the target machine to log on. Okay, so it is going to wait for the administrator of the target machine, okay, to log on. Suppose if the administrator logs on in this machine, so this tool, damware tool, is going to capture the password of the administrator. Okay, so wait for the administrator to log on, capture his password. Okay, capture his password. Then, so this password will be used. Okay, so that means you got the administrator password, means everything is over. That means the attacker or the intruder is going to become the administrator of the target machine. So the next step is use that password to access the remainder of the network. So that password will be used by the attacker, okay, and he is going to be, okay, administrator password, you got it, so you will become the administrator. That means the attacker is going to become the administrator of the target machine and completely is going to control that machine. The root is compromised. So this is, okay, the steps, okay, the steps available in the hacking patterns of behavior. So this is going to be a very important one. Now I'm moving to the next one. So the next one is going to be criminal enterprise. So there are three different, okay, hacking or the intruder behavior patterns. There are three different things available. First one is the hacker. Second one is the criminal enterprise. So we are now moving on to the second. So second intruder pattern. Okay, it is a criminal enterprise. So what is a criminal enterprise means? The word itself, it is very clear. Criminal enterprise. Okay, a group. Now, so it is an organized group of hackers. Okay, an organized group of hackers. It could be a corporation or it could be a government or a loosely affiliated gangs. Gangs means a groups. And typically young people. So young people, so they will make a group and they will work. Okay, in an organized way they will work. So what is that A means? The target will be, okay, credit cards or any e-commerce service. That means the target is making money. So they want to earn something, okay, in an illegal way. So that is going to be the criminal enterprise. Okay, now if you go for the steps, what are the steps available of the criminal enterprise means? There are 5 different steps available. Only one point I want to make it very clear here. Criminal enterprise people will be very fast. They will be very quick. So they will just enter into the target machine. They will install something and quickly they will escape. Okay, they will escape in a very fast way, ultra fast way. So they will hide their presence. Okay, that is a very important property for criminal enterprise. Okay, let us see the steps. So the first step is act quickly. Okay, so this is a very important. Act quickly, precisely, to make their activities harder to detect. So that means finding these types of people, criminal enterprise people, is very difficult. So they will act very quick and very precise. So this is the first thing. Then exploit the perimeter via vulnerable port numbers. So here also the same steps, vulnerable ports. So they will scan the target machine. What are the vulnerable ports running in the target machine? So these people, okay, the criminal enterprise people will make use of the vulnerable port numbers which are running in the target machine. Then, so they will install the Trojan horses, use the Trojan horses to leave the backdoors for the re-entry. So in the previous slide, in the hacking, okay, the hacking pattern, we discussed about, okay, some of the remote administration softwares like damware. Okay, the attackers will install the damware software, but here you can see the attacker is going to install, okay, the hidden software which is called the Trojan horse. Okay, it will be installed in the target machines. So this will open or leave the backdoor for the re-entry. That means the attacker can enter anytime into the target machine. It will keep the backdoor opens. Then the next one is use sniffers to capture the password. So sniffing tools, any of the sniffing tools, okay, it can be installed by the attackers to capture the password. And then do not stick around until noticed. Okay, so that means the attacker will be very fast here. So almost if you see the first and second method, that means the hacking technique and also the criminal, so the steps, it is almost equal. Okay, so fixing the target, finding the vulnerable ports, so installing some hidden softwares, okay, some remote softwares, capturing the passwords. Using the password, you have to become the administrator. Okay, it is almost okay equivalent. Now, I'm going for the third type of okay intruder behavior. It is the inside attackers. So inside attackers are the most dangerous people. Okay, very difficult to find them. Okay, detecting and preventing the inside attack is very difficult, and it is a very challenging task as far as the security is concerned. Okay, keep this in your mind. Now, almost okay difficult to detect and to prevent inside attack. Why? Because they are employees, they are the authorized people, they can access anything, they have the complete knowledge about the network, about your organizations, so it is very difficult to control them. Okay, now if you take the pattern of behavior, how the internal the insider attacks behaves means, you can see they create the network accounts for themselves and for the friends. They are going to create the username and passwords for them and also for the others, so they know everything. Okay, so they know my password, they know your password, they know okay my friend's password, because we are all working together. So inside attackers, they know everything about others. This is the first point. Then access accounts and applications they would not normally use for the daily jobs. So they can install any applications, they can access any applications which cannot be used for the day-to-day activities. Then email former and prospective employees. The former means the previous employees, then the future employees. Okay, so they can send the emails. Then conduct your furtive, that means a secret instant chattings, they can do some chattings with others. Okay, all these things, okay, you can see misuse of the systems or the misuse of the resources. Then visit any websites that cater or to provide the disclosure. Okay, that means showing the discomfortness, okay, or dissatisfaction. Okay, all these things they will tell about the working company. Then perform the large downloading, okay, like downloading the movies, okay, playing online games. So all these things, okay, the inside attackers can do. Then access to the networks during the off hours. After the office hours, they can access the network, okay, the organization network. So inside attackers means, okay, so misusing the entire system, okay, in which they are the authorized users. Okay, they are the authorized users. So they are going to misuse the organization's network. So this is going to be the inside attack. Now, so with this, a very important concept we are completing. That means intrusion techniques. So three different behavior patterns. That means the intruder behavior patterns. One is the hacker, second one is the criminal enterprise, and third one is the internal threat. Now, moving on to the next slide. So the next slide, okay, or the next topic is going to be the intrusion detection system. So far we discussed about okay what is intrusion, who is an intruder, so what are the classes of intruders. Then we discussed about okay different techniques used by the intruders, okay, different three different techniques. So all these things we discussed okay so far. Now we are moving to the next step. What is that means? Intrusion detection systems. So intrusion detection systems are okay, it's a software or a hardware which can be used to identify the intrusions okay taking place in a network. Okay, that is called the intrusion detection systems. Now, so this intrusion detection systems we are going to divide into two groups. Okay, we are classifying the IDS into two. So first one is host based IDS and second one is going to be the network based IDS. So what is a host based IDS means? It is going to monitor a single host activity. A single computer will be monitored. In a network means the whole network it is going to monitor. You can see there is a picture available here. So what is the difference between the host based and a network based? So host based means so a single computer will be monitored, whereas in a network based means the entire network, okay, multiple computers or a collection of computers or a group of computers will be monitored for intrusion. So this is. So this diagram, it will be very clear. So this is going to be the entire network. So for the entire network, I'm going to have a single IDS system, intrusion detection system, and this system is going to monitor, okay, any intrusion taking place in this network or not. If you are going for the host based means, I'm going to make this as an IDS server, and in the individual machines. So in the individual machines, we are going to run the intrusion detection software, and we are going to monitor the individual host. So this is going to be the host based intrusion detection software. Now, so there are two types. One is a host based and second one is going to be the network based. So anything, either it could be a host based or network based, any ideas if you take, there should be three different components. Okay, it is going to have three different components. So the first component is called the sensors. The second component is the analyzers. Then the third component is going to be the user interface. So these are the three different components. Any ideas, okay, if you take, it is going to have. So what is a sensor? The first component is a sensor. What is a sensor means? It is going to collect the data. So collecting the data in a passive way, it is just collecting the data. Then the second component is analyzer component. The analyzer component is going to determine, it is going to find, it is going to fix if any intrusion has occurred or not. So the analyzer is going to be the very important thing. So it is going to analyze the data collected here, okay, and it is going to find any intrusion took place or not. We are going to decide it. So that is the second component. Then the third component is going to be the user interface. So the user interface is going to be the graphical user interface, that means the screen which is going to be used for managing your ideas. You can do any configuration, okay, changing the configuration. Then you can do some directing, okay, giving the instructions. So we view the IDS software. So all these things you can do it by using the user interface. So this is going to be the screen, okay, your screen. So by using this, you can manage your intrusion detection software. So these are the three different components. Now, moving on to the next one. So any intrusion detection system, if you take, so it is having three different components we already discussed. Now, any IDS, it is going to work based on the following principle. Okay, that is called IDS principles. What is that IDS principle means? Okay, a very simple principle. What does that means? See, any intrusion detection system, okay, it is working based on this particular principle. Okay, so what is that? You can see here, expected behavior and actual behavior. What is expected behavior means? See, profile of authorized user behavior. That means a user is expected to behave like this. Okay, a user is expected to behave like this. Now, if the user is behaving like this, I am going to say he is not an intruder. Okay, he is an authorized person. Suppose a user is going to behave in a different way. Okay, is going to behave in a different way. Okay, it is not going to match. Okay, you can see it is not matching. So this is the expected behavior of a user. If the user is behaving in the same way, means I'm going to say he is an authorized person. He is not an intruder. Suppose if he is not behaving in that way, he is doing something different, means I'm going to say this person is an intruder. This is the concept. So profile of the authorized user behavior. So this is the authorized user behavior, but the profile of a intruder behavior. So intruder behavior is going to be entirely different than the normal user. Okay, so there is a little bit overlap is there. Okay, almost 20-25% is following, okay, is behaving like a authorized person, but more than that is going to behave like a unauthorized person. So this is how the intrusion principle is working. So if you want to understand, if you want to explain in a very easy way, okay, I am telling, just listen. I got fever today. Okay, I am going to the doctor. The doctor is going to check the body temperature, and then the doctor is writing your body temperature is now 100 degree Fahrenheit. Now the actual or the expected is around 98 degree Fahrenheit, means now you see this is what expected, but the actual thing is 100. So there is a deviation available. 98 to 100 means, so 2 degrees it is deviation available. So you have fever. So the fever is confirmed. Same thing. So if you are having exactly 98 degree means, okay, there is no problem, you are normal, you can go. You are not, okay, having any fever. So this is the concept. So expected value is available, then the actual value is available. If these two things are matching, then this person is not an attacker or an intruder. If there is a deviation available in this, the person is going to be an intruder. Okay, so this is how the intrusion principles, that means the IDS is working. Now, if you take any intrusion detection software, there are two different problems available. Okay, one is the false positive problem and second one is the false negative problem. So if you want to understand this false positive and false negative, I just included a slide here, so to make it very clear. So these are called the deduction states of ideas. So there are 4 different states available. Okay, so one is true positive, true negative, false positive, false negative. Okay, so make it very clear, simple. Okay, I just make it very simple. You see, true, false, false. Then positive, negative, positive, negative. Now, what does that means? You can see true positive means your ideas, that means intrusion detection software, a legitimate attack, okay, which triggers an alarm. That means your ideas software is going to identify an attack, an intrusion, and it is going to clear or it is going to trigger an alarm to you. So this is called true positive. So true positive means an intrusion took place. Your intrusion detection software is going to trigger an alarm. It is going to inform you. So this is going to be true positive. So true positive means it's very good, very clear. So an attack occurred, immediately this is informed to you. Then what is true negative means? No attack has taken place. Okay, no attack has taken place, no alarm has raised. So there is no attack, no alarm to the administrator. So this is very clear. Okay, so here attack or an intrusion took place, immediately this is informed to the administrator. Okay, and an alarm is generated. But here there is no attack, no alarm. So this part is very clear and it is not having any problem. But where is the problem means, if a IDS is doing these 2 things, true positive, true negative, means the IDS is good. Intrusion detection system is good. But IDS can do this also. Intrusion detection systems can do these 2 things also. What is that? False positive and false negative. So what is false positive means? Okay, you can say alarm generated, but no attack have been taken place. So there is no attack, but it is giving alarm to you. So this is going to be the false positive. Then what is false negative means? A failure of an IDS to detect the actual attack. So it is not finding the attack itself. So this is going to be the false negative. So these are the 2 major issues available as far as the IDS is concerned. Okay, one is called the false positive and second one is called the false negative. Just to make it as a summary. So here attack took place, the attack is informed. Here no attack, okay, no information. But here attack, okay, sorry, no attack, the alarm is created. It is informed as an attack to you. And here, okay, failure to identify the attack itself. So these are all the, okay, the different states, but the problem is this 2 is the problem. False positive and false negative is the problem. So now I'm just going to the previous slide to show you. So what are the problems means? False positives and false negatives. Okay, these are the 2 major issues available as far as the IDS is concerned. Okay, now moving on to the next slide, IDS requirements. So the intrusion detection system requirements. So what we are expecting from the IDS software. Okay, so there are so many points available here. So don't memorize all these things. Try to understand and write it in your own way. So first thing is run continuously. That means your IDS software, intrusion detection software, must run continuously 24/7. Okay, 24/7 continuously the intrusion detection software should run in a network. So this is the first requirement. Then IDS software should be a fault tolerant. If any error comes, okay, so automatically it should recover from that. If any crash comes, okay, automatically it should stabilize, okay, from that particular thing. Then resist the subversion. So what does that means? Able to monitor itself and to detect if it has been modified by the attacker. Suppose the attacker can attack the IDS itself. So the attacker can change the IDS software itself. So in that case, so automatically the IDS software must detect it and it should, okay, come out from that particular problem. So that is called the resist subversion. Then a minimum overhead. So minimum overhead means the resources used by the IDS software should be less. Okay, resources means like memory, okay, that means the space, CPU, time, okay, all these things. Then able to be configured according to the security policies. It should be configured, that means the IDS should be configured based on the security policies of a particular organization. It cannot be a generalized one. So depending upon the organization, so the IDS configuration is going to change. Then adapt to the changes in the system and the user behavior over a time. Suppose if you are doing some changes to your network, okay, you are adding some machines, you are removing something, okay, some additional configurations you are doing in your network means, so based on that automatically your IDS is going to adapt, is going to change. This is then scale to monitor the large number of hosts. So this is what I explained in the previous point itself. So scaling means adding the number of computers. Today I have 100 computers, one IDS working well. So tomorrow I'm going to have 200 hosts with one IDS, means it should work. So scaling, okay, large number of hosts. Then graceful degradation of service. So this is a very important one. So what does this means? Yeah, graceful degradation. So degradation means, okay, coming down of service. So what does it means? If some components of the IDS stop working, okay, for some reason or for any reason, the rest of them should be affected as little as possible. Okay, if any of the component, we discussed about the 3 different components. So if any of the component is failure, so automatically the rest should be affected very little, okay, very less as much as possible. Then dynamic reconfigurations. So if you want to do any changes to your IDS, you no need to stop the IDS completely. Okay, so the IDS will be completely running and you can do the reconfiguration at the same time. So you no need to restart or you no need to stop the IDS. Okay, so these are all the basic requirements of your IDS software. Then we are moving to the next topic. So it is going to be the host based. So host based intrusion detection system. So host based, we already know what is your host based means. So it is going to monitor a single machine, a single computer only. It is going to monitor. Now a specialized software. So host based IDS is a specialized software to monitor the system's activity to detect the suspicious behavior. So this already we discussed. It is going to monitor a single system and it is going to detect the suspicious behavior or the suspicious activities in that. Then, so the primary purpose of a host based means to detect the intrusions, okay, log suspicious events and sending the alert. So it is giving the alert to you, the alarm. Then it is going to log everything, suspicious events, it is going to log. It is going to register all the events, okay, that means the host based IDS, and it is going to detect the intrusion. Then can detect both the external and internal intrusion. So anything, it could be an internal intrusion or it could be an external intrusion, it doesn't matter. So it is going to monitor everything, okay, so everything it can detect. Then there are 2 different approaches available if you take the host based IDS. So how it is working means there are 2 different approaches available. So the first approach is going to be the anomaly detection and second one is going to be the signature based detection. So these are the 2 different approaches how the host based IDS software is going to work. Okay, so anomaly detection means, okay, we will see in the next slide. Anomaly detection, further we are dividing into 2. One is the threshold detection and profile based. So this is going to be an important concept as far as the IDS is concerned. Okay. Now, anomaly detection. So anomaly detection is divided into 2. Okay, one is the threshold detection and profile based detection. Now, what is the meaning for the word anomaly? Okay, so anomaly means what? So anomaly means something which is deviating. Okay, the actual meaning is something that deviates from what is standard or normal or expected. Okay, that is the meaning for that word. So if something is deviating, okay, automatically we are going to say it is going to be an intrusion. So this is the main principle, okay, the main concept here, anomaly. Now I'm having threshold detection and profile based. Okay, these are the 2 different things available in the anomaly detection. So let us go for the first one. So the first one is, okay, threshold detection. So what is a threshold detection means? So here we are going to check for the excessive event occurrence over a particular time. Okay, The excessive events, that means which is going to which is going to occur more. Excessive means which is going to occur more. Okay, what does that means? You see, I just inserted a picture here just to explain. Okay, what is a threshold detection? Now, in a network, I'm going to expect a maximum number of packets in 1 minute and a minimum number of packets in a minute. Okay, I'm going to fix it. These are called threshold values. Okay, so threshold values I'm going to fix. So the first one is called the maximum threshold and minimum. Okay, so or we can say it is a rising threshold and falling threshold. You can fix some values. Now, so the packets, I'm receiving the packets in my network. So in a particular point of time, so I'm receiving more number of packets. Okay, the number of packets received is more. Okay, that means it is more than the threshold, means I'm going to say, okay, the intrusion is taking place. Then if in a particular point of time, okay, this is going to be the time. So in a particular point of time, okay, I'm receiving a less number of packets I'm receiving in my network. Now it is less than the falling threshold. Okay, less than the threshold. Okay, falling threshold. So here also I'm going to say some intrusion is taking place. So you can fix the maximum value or minimum value, but mostly they will go only for the maximum. Okay, so minimum value fixing is very rare. So only the rising threshold will be fixed. So whenever there is a huge number of things happening, events occurring, okay, in a network more than the threshold, means okay, automatically we are going to say it is a intrusion. So this is the threshold detection concept. Then the next one is profile based. So what is a profile based concept means? In a profile based concept, so based on the past behavior of the users, okay, we are going to characterize based on the past behaviors of the users. Then we are going to detect, okay, the significant deviations. If there is any significant deviations, okay, for example, the past behavior, okay, for example, you take a student, okay, I'm taking a student, so he or she got, okay, 80 marks in the last quiz, 80%, okay, he or she got in the last quiz. Now I'm going to, okay, in this current one, now she is getting, okay, I'm conducting a test today, now she is getting only 20%, she is getting. So there is a huge deviation available. Okay, there is a huge deviation available. So using this, I'm going to tell, okay, you are not studying properly. So based on this is the past behavior. So this is the current behavior. So there is a huge deviation is available between these two things. So if there is a huge deviation, I'm going to say there is something wrong. Okay, so this is profile based. Now, so based on the analysis of the records, you are going to analyze the past records of the particular user. Then you can measure the things in a different way. So these are all different metrics. Okay, like counter. Okay, this is a counter. Okay, 2080 is a counting. So you can use a counter, gauge, okay, interval timer, okay, resource utilization. So all these things are the different types of metrics used to measure. Okay, used to measure the values. Then after measuring that value, okay, something x equal to 100, okay, so x equal to 10. So this is the past behavior, this is the current behavior. So what is this 100 means? It could be a counter, it could be a gauge or interval, okay, resource utilization percentage, whatever it is. Then, so once if you measure these values, then you have to go for the analysis. So you can do any type of statistical analysis. Okay, so for example, finding the mean, finding the standard deviation, multivariate, Markov process, time series, okay, operational model. So these are all the statistical models you can apply on this particular data, and you can do the analysis, and finally you are going to identify whether the intrusion take place or not. Okay, so this is the concept. Okay, I repeat here. So based on the past behavior, you are having some value. So based on the current behavior, you are having some values. So this can, okay, for these values you can use anything as a metric. Then you have to do the analysis of this, and finally you are going to identify whether the intrusion take place or not. So almost if you compare this threshold detection and profile based, it will be like almost same. Here you are fixing the range, but here you are fixing based on the past. Okay, the past behavior of the user you are fixing. Okay, that is the only difference. Now moving on to the next one. So the next one is going to be the signature based detection. Okay, so what is a signature based detection? This is the second approach, how the IDS softwares are working. So here observe the events on the system and apply a set of rules to decide if intruder or not. So observing the events, that is going to be collecting, okay, collecting the data. So you are just going to collect the data, that means what is going on in your system. Then you are going to apply some set of rules you are going to apply and finding whether any intrusion taking place or not. We are going to decide this as an intruder or not. So this is called the signature based. Then in the signature based, we are having two types. The first one is the rule based, okay, anomaly detection. Second one is the rule based penetration identification. So what is the rule based means? Here the historical data, that means the past audit records will be used for the expected behavior. Then you are going to match with the current behavior. Okay, so this almost the previous concepts also we discussed, but I will explain to you in the next slide what is the major difference between the signature and the anomaly. You can see it in the next slide. So based on the historical audit records, okay, the expected behavior you are going to fix, then you are going to match with the current behavior. So if there is a deviation available, automatically he is an intruder. If there is no deviation, he is not intruder. So this is rule based anomaly detection. Rule based penetration identification. So what is this means? Here rules identify known penetration weaknesses. So here you are going to use some set of rules to identify the penetrations or the weaknesses of your system. Then you are going to analyze the attack, okay, from the internet analyzing, then supplemented with the rules for the security experts. So who is going to give these rules for means? The rules will be given by the security experts. So what is the difference here means? Here the historical data will be used, the past data will be used, and here we are going to use some rules which are given by the security experts. So this is called a signature based. Now, so moving on to the next one, I just included this. It is not available in your slides, but anyway, I just included this to explain what is the difference between the signature based and anomaly based. Okay, now you can see in an anomaly based, okay, signature based is very easy. Okay, okay, you can see this diagram. This is the signature based intrusion detection systems and this is the anomaly based. So in the signature based, what we are going to do means you are going to have a database called signature database will be available. See, network traffic. Network traffic means it can be an event or a packet, whatever it is. You are taking a particular event, okay, that means by using the sensor you are collecting this. Okay, it could be an event or it could be a package, okay, whatever it is. Then you are going to do some pre-processing. So you are going to process this particular data. Then from this data you are going to find a pattern. Okay, you are going to find a pattern. Already the signatures are stored in the database. Okay, the signatures are stored. These two things I'm going to compare. So if these two things, okay, it is matching, I'm going to say he is not an intruder. If these two things are not matching, I'm going to say he is an intruder. So this is called the signature based. So here a signature database will be maintained. Okay, so this is the concept of signature based. So here if you go for the anomaly based, same, I'm just capturing the network traffic. It could be an event or a traffic. So we are doing a pre-processing. Okay, then from this pre-processing we are going to build a new pattern. A pattern will be built. Okay, we are going to construct a new pattern. Then we are going for the outlier detection. So we are going to identify whether he is a attacker or not. So outlier detection, identifying the is a outside person or is an intruder or not, we are going to identify. So then we are going to create the alert or the response. So this is going to be the anomaly detection. So in the signature base there will be a database maintained. Okay, you can see there is another diagram. So data source, match the pattern by using the database. Then you are going to generate the report. So here we are not going to maintain any database. We are not going to maintain signature database is not going to maintain. So you are just getting the events, that means the network traffic or the activity, whatever it is, generating the activity profile, detecting the anomalies. So this is the basic difference between the signature based and anomaly based. Now I'm moving on to the next one. So the next one is going to be the network based IDS, network intrusion detection system. So here you are going to monitor the entire network. Okay, so monitor the traffic at a selected points on a network. So you are going to select some points in your network and you are going to implement the NIDS and you are going to monitor the entire network. So this is going to be a real time. It is going to run 24 hours continuously. It is going to run. Then you can monitor any level. In any level you can do this. You can apply this. That means in the network level, or in the transport layer, or in the application level. So layer 3, layer 4, layer 7. So in any layer you can do this monitoring. Okay, you can do this NIDS implementation in any level of your system. That means in the OSI model. Then, so if you go for the network based, okay, you are going to use the sensors. There are three different components we discussed: sensors, analyzer, and graphic. That means user interface. So sensors, if you take, there are two different types of sensors available. One is the inline sensor, and second one is the passive sensor. So what is inline sensor? What is passive sensor? We can see it in the next slides. Okay, so inline sensor means okay, inserted into the network segment so that the traffic that is monitoring must pass through the sensor. Okay, I just make it. So this is a inline sensor. Okay, the inline sensor will be like this. That means your packet will travel, or the packet will move through the sensor. Okay, so this is called an inline sensor. Okay, the network traffic or the network packets, okay, will move through these particular sensors. So this is, I'm going to say, is the inline sensor. So what is a passive sensor means? Okay, you say this is your network, okay, transmission media. You are just going to take a copy of all the packets. So this sensor, it is going to be the passive sensor. Okay, so the traffic is going like this. I'm just going to take a copy of that. Okay, in lecture number 1 we discussed about this. So it is going to be the interception. Okay, packet capturing, interception. Okay, just we are capturing the packet. Okay, like middleman in the middle. Okay, that's it. So inline sensor and passive sensors. Okay, you can see here a passive sensor, okay, is given here. So this is the network traffic, and you are going to take a capture of all the packets. Okay, and from the both the sides you are taking the capture. So you are capturing the packets. So this is the sensor, which is a passive one. So you can have anything. You can have inline sensor, or you can have passive sensor in a network intrusion detection software. Now the next one is sensor placement. Okay, placement means where you can implement or you can place, okay, these types of sensors in your network for network intrusion detection system. So you can see I'm having a local area network. So this is the entire thing is going to be a local area network. Okay, so this is a local area network. So the local area network is connected with the public network with the internet. Now, so where we can place? Okay, so we can place the sensors in different places. Okay, where you can place it means you can see the first sensor they kept, okay, outside the firewall, external firewall. This is the first sensor. So the second sensor they are keeping it after the external firewall, the second thing. Then the next one inside the, okay, after the LAN switch. Okay, this is one more sensor, and this is going to be the one more sensor. So it's not a big deal here in a network. Okay, so where we are going to place the sensor, okay, that is going to be the sensor placement. You can have any type of sensor. Okay, you can have inline or you can have passive. So it's depending upon the administrators, they can have any type of sensors they can have. So this is going to be the sensor placement concept. Then the next thing is, if you go for the network intrusion detection, the same principles. Okay, we already discussed about this. Okay, what is a signature based, what is an anomaly based. Okay, so these two things already we discussed. So in the signature based, a database, signature database will be maintained, but in the anomaly detections you are going to create the extract, generating the extract, and you are going to decide whether the intrusion takes place or not. So we already discussed about this in the host based intrusion detection itself. Then, so when potential violation detected, sensor sends an alert and log information if there is any violation detected. Okay, you can use anything, either signature or anomaly, you can use anything. Suppose if there is a violation available, if there is an intrusion takes place immediately, so your sensors are going to give the alert and then it is going to log the information. So used by the analysis module to refine the intrusion detection parameters and the algorithms by security admin to improve the protection. So these are all the points we already discussed. Okay, these are all repeated points only. So there is nothing to explain here. So how does your intrusion detection system is working? Okay, so first one is the sensor, then analyzers. Okay, so then we are going to give the alert. Okay. So this is the basic concept. Okay. Now moving on to the next topic. So the next one is intrusion detection exchange format. Now what does this means? How the packet or how the data is exchanged, okay, in an intrusion detection system. Okay, this is what we are going to see here. Now you can see, so this is an administrator. Okay, this is the administrator. So he is going to fix the security policy of an organization. So he is fixing the security policy of the organization. Now based on the security policy, all the sensors will be configured. Okay, the sensors will be configured, then the analyzer software will be configured based on the security policy of an organization. So we already discussed there are three different components. So the first component is the sensor, the second component is the analyzer. Now, so the sensor is collecting the data, that means whatever the going on in your network, all the activity will be registered, will be recorded, or it will be captured by the sensors. Then from the events, from the activities, so the sensors, it is sending, okay, to the analyzer. Suppose if it is finding something, means it is going to give it to the analyzer. So any unexpected thing, okay, any deviations, it is going to send it to the analyzer software. Now the analyzer software is going to do the analysis. Already the analyzer software is configured based on the security policy. It is going to do the analysis and it is going to identify whether it is a intrusion or not. Okay, it is intrusion or not. So if it is an intrusion, it is going to give the alert. The analyzer is going to give the alert. So it is going to give the alert to the manager software. So the manager software, this is, okay, we can say the user interface or the manager software. So this also configured based on the security policy. Then it is going to give the notification to all, okay, those who are involved in this operation. It is giving, okay, information to the operator, and based on the alert, okay, is going to do some response. So response in the sense, okay, what is the changes needed to the network, or what are the changes to our security policy. So any response, okay, is going to take. So this is how your network intrusion exchange format is working. So here the major thing is the components. Okay, sensor is a component. Okay, analyzer is a component. Then the manager is a component. Okay, this component, manager component, we didn't study before. We studied as the user interface, but here we are writing as the manager. Okay, it doesn't matter. So these are three different components. All these three components should be configured based on the security policy of your organization. One more thing, getting the alert, okay, notification from the manager software. Based on the notification, some response, okay, then the administrator is going to give a response, is going to react. Okay, intrusion took place. What is the next step? The next step is going to be the response. So this is how the intrusion detection exchange format is working. Now, so I'm moving to the next one. So the next one is going to be the honeypot. Okay, so what is honeypot? So it's a very interesting thing. So honeypot means, okay, honeypot. So what is honeypot means? Honeypot. This is honeypot. Okay, so I just fill honey in that. I'm going to fill honey and I'm going to keep it open. So what is going to happen? So after a few minutes or after a few hours, you can find lot of bees, okay, flying here. So the lot of bees will come and fill in this. So this is called honeypot. So don't keep the honey pot open. If you keep the honey pot open, so bees are going to fill in that. Same concept here. So honeypot means I'm going to have a computer, so which is completely a vulnerable computer. I'm going to keep it in my network. Why? Why means I want to welcome the attackers. I want to welcome the intruders. Okay, let them come. Then what you are going to do? I'm going to capture him. I'm going to find him. This is the concept of honeypot machines. So honeypot is a fabricated computer. Honeypot is a vulnerable computer. So honeypot is going to have, okay, security is compromised. There is no policy there. So it is completely, okay, a decoy system. So which is going to welcome the attackers, okay, to your network, so that easily you can capture the attackers. Okay, so this is called the concept of honeypot. Okay, you can just see the points now. So it's a decoy system. So to lure the potential attackers, then collecting the information about the attacker activities, encouraging the attackers to stay on your network. Okay, it is completely a fabricated information. It is not going to have the correct or the true information. It is completely a fabricated mission, so that the legitimate user of the system would not access. Okay, authorized users cannot access because it is prepared only for the excuse, it is prepared, okay, only for the attackers. Okay, so you are going to welcome the attackers to your network by using the honeypot mission. Then resources that has no protection value, so it is not going to have any value, this mission. So incoming communication is mostly like scanning, probe or attack, so the attackers is going to come for this mission. Then outbound communication means, okay, the system has probably been compromised, so it is already compromised, it is completely compromised, it is having only fabricated things. So the attackers, okay, we are going to welcome the attackers and we are going to catch him. Okay, that is a honeypot mission. Now if you go for honeypot, you can classify into two types. So one is low interaction honeypot and second one is a high interaction honeypot. So what is this low interaction means? So here you are going to have, okay, only the minimal version. Okay, for example, even the operating system, you are not going to have a complete version here. Okay, a minimal version of things will be available in the low interaction honeypot, whereas in the higher interaction means, okay, it is going to be a full operating system will be available. Okay, you can see a software packages that emulates particularly IT services or the system well enough to provide the realistic initial interaction, but does not execute a full version of these services or the system. Okay, it's not going to have a complete version of everything, it is going to be have a minimal thing. Okay, so here the target is we have to, okay, find the attackers, we have to capture the intruders. Okay, that is going to be the thing. So less realistic target, so sufficient for use of the component of your distributed ideas to warn the imminent attack. So this is enough, this machine is enough. Okay, low interaction honeypot is enough to find the attackers. Okay, that is enough. Now high interaction means, so it is going to have a complete version of, okay, everything. So a full operating system, services and applications, so which are instrumented and deployed where they can be accessed by the attackers. So this will be a more realistic target mission. Okay, it will look like a complete mission, a complete server, okay, with all the features enabled, but in the low interaction it will be less. Okay, so this is the difference between the low interaction and high interaction honeypot. Then moving on to the next one, honeypot deployment. So where you can have the honeypot machines in your network means, you can say this is a local area network, a complete, okay, one local area network. So you can place the honeypot machine in different locations. Okay, this is the location number 1, this is the location number 2, and this is the location number 3. Okay, that means before the external network. Okay, that means before your firewall. Okay, the firewall, so you can keep your honeypot machine. Then, okay, this is called demilitarized area. Okay, demilitarized area means anybody can visit this area. So in a demilitarized area you can have the honeypot, and this is going to be a militarized area, a controlled, security controlled area. So here also you can have the honeypot missions. Okay, so this is about the honeypot deployment. So thank you very much. Okay, so this is the end of, okay, I think lecture number 8. Okay, thank you very much.